welcome back. So I'm still continuing to detail this up, and I found that it would be a really nice idea to just add some Chinese lanterns. So to give this a festive type of vibe. So I found some Chinese lanterns, and I thought the best way we could do it is actually to create a brush. So let's go about creating our custom brush. So I've just selected an image, and I'll probably just try and get that more or less horizontal and vertical. And I'll just hit U, just slowly get rid of that. Okay, so let's select that, and let's crop image, crop. Here we go. So let's desaturate it, and let's invert it, and let's Control L, and let's just make it a bit darker. Get rid of these. Actually, we can paint. Might be easier. So let's go here and paint. Now we've painted that, and I'm pretty happy with that. I like that. So, okay, let's go M and select that and go to Edit and define brush preset. So let's define that, and that's a new brush. Let's import that image in again. So I'll just close that off so we can bring it in again. And lanterns image, here we are. Let's just drag that across. We'll make a new name for it, lanterns. Okay, so we have our kind of our lanternish type feel. I might just bring that across. I'll put that to screen, and I'll create a mask, and I will invert the mask once again. So Control I, that inverts it. I will choose here we are, my brush. But I want to make this brush a little different, so I'm going into Shape Dynamics. I'm changing it about a bit, scattering. Maybe also just angling it. Yes, because it's going up. Just a bit. Other dynamics, just opacity, mixing around with the flow a little bit. Jittering about. And let's turn that off. Set to 100. Let's go to our white, and here we are. And we might just want to make that smaller. And let's see how this works best. Maybe something around there. It needs to be smaller still. So probably amp up the scattering. And we've got ourselves some Chinese lanterns, which we can, then again, we can just amp up the saturation or colorize it, whatever we want. We want more reddish type hues, which I think might actually work better. A little more to the red side. There we go. I think that works. Just bring that up a little bit. So we've got our Chinese lanterns going, and it's a festival night and everyone's coming around. Let's just continue on, and let's just grab a nice soft brush. I still think that interior, I'm not totally happy with it. So I just want to overlay a little more, and So just playing around a little more, tightening up a few things. Actually, what I'll do is I'll actually create a new overlay just so I don't stuff up my other one. And I will just go to a new layer. Just as is. One important thing to always remember is that after a while you start your image, in your mind, it just starts to be the same thing and you can't pick up on your errors. So I always like to go to image. I'll just bring that down a little bit so you can see image, and I like to go to image rotation, and I like to go to flip canvas horizontal. So what that will do, will just flip your canvas around. So I'm liking the composition so far. It's working out nicely, and that will just flip things around and just make it so that you just refresh your view really. So I'll just flip back. Actually, I'll leave it as it is because I tend to work in this mode, and I'll start working in it. Okay, so I'm starting to bring out this centerpiece a lot more. So it's as things get nearer to us, they become more contrasted and much more color. So that's always important to remember too. And F6, I'll just color grab. Actually, no, I'll just grab a color. Slowly. I'll just bring that opacity down. Just continue to bring that down. And just continue to paint in. I keep knocking on the rulers, that's why it's creating one, as you can see. So I'll just keep painting into that, and giving it more and more life. Just get rid of those rulers. So here we are. Shove that aside. And it's just having a lot more depth at the moment. And let's grab that. And I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out. Actually, this color balance is actually probably a little too much, so I'll just bring the intensity of that down. And there we go. And we're pretty much nearing the final of this. And I'm pretty satisfied with how it's ending so far. So I think we just have some final steps that we need to do. And one of those maybe is to create a couple more lights. So let's create a brush. Let's select our colors. Yeah, that one, and X, and flip it around just to go into the opposite color. And I might just want to create something of a brush that just fiddles around with some dynamics through the pen pressure. And let's just see how it goes. And that in itself, I think it might work nicely just to create some stripes. And I'll just continue doing those stripes. Actually, we'll probably talk about that in our next tutorial. And just our final touches to this image. And I think we might be pretty much ending our tutorial very soon. So I will see you in the next lesson, and hopefully we can be pretty close to finishing. Thank you, and see you soon.